What's going on, guys? Last night's WWE Monday Night Raw, July 7th, 2014, following a huge Monday Night Raw, June 30th, 2014. Yeah, pretty good show as well. We had tons of different things take place in Montreal, Canada, including the opening of the show where Roman Reigns just hyping up and talking about the Battleground Fatal 4-Way for the championship, but then interrupted by Kane and Roman Reigns then fought until officials, then agents came out, one including Finlay. Joey Mercury was also out there, but Fit Finlay took a pretty vicious spear. But nonetheless, Roman Reigns stood tall early in the show, as he did at the end, that I will speak about a little bit shortly. The first match of the night was amazing as well. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan defeated the Usos once again, but this was a non-title match. Harper got the pin for his team with a huge clothesline. After the match, the Usos complained about saying that the one that was pinned wasn't the one who was in the match. Now, the Usos and Wyatt Family have great matches as of late. Great matches each week. Great matches at the pay-per-views. So this is probably the best tag team feud that we've seen in some time. So hopefully we will see another title match at Battleground. Yes, I said hopefully. Some of you might be tired of this feud, but I'm pretty fond of it. It's a pretty solid feud, and that match to open Monday Night Raw was pretty good. Alicia Fox and Nikki Bella ordered by the Authority to have both divas with their arm tied behind their back. Alicia Fox refused and just beat Nikki up just because of the whole thing with Brie Bella quitting. So this is most likely setting up Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon at some point down the road. Rusev defeated Rob Van Dam. So, Rusev, he can't really be stopped, but this Friday on SmackDown, now this is pretty interesting. Rusev is going up against Roman Reigns. Now, I would think the first one to stop Rusev, if anyone, would be the feud at Battleground with Jack Swagger. Now, I don't know why they are putting Roman Reigns versus Rusev, other than possibly a match ending in disqualification because Kane or Randy Orton come in, because if not, then Roman Reigns would easily beat Rusev, especially with the current direction. So I'm thinking on SmackDown it will be Kane or Randy Orton coming out and attacking Roman Reigns, causing a disqualification, thus still having Rusev undefeated going into Battleground. Randy Orton versus Dean Ambrose, most likely the match of the night. Randy Orton did defeat Dean Ambrose with a rebound lariat into an RKO to get the 1-2-3. Now, Dean Ambrose is always amazing in the ring. Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, great worker, great talent, put in one match, as is John Cena and Seth Rollins, which I will speak about a little bit later as well. But, yeah, Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose, hopefully that won't be the only match. I know we did see that Friday on SmackDown, but these two men could have a pretty solid feud, possibly following the Seth Rollins-Dean Ambrose feud. Possibly for SummerSlam, we may see Roman Reigns versus Triple H kind of thing. Dean Ambrose, Randy, hopefully we will see sometime down the road. And Seth Rollins and John Cena, the main event, that was a great match as well. Hopefully we will also see that down the road, because that match wasn't the longest match. It should have been a little bit longer because of the two men, but don't get me wrong, Seth Rollins, an amazing athlete. So him and John Cena could have a pretty solid feud. Now, Alberto Del Rio defeated Dolph Ziggler, where Del Rio won the opportunity to face Sheamus for the United States Championship tonight on Main Event. Now, the only reason Dolph Ziggler lost was because of the distraction by Fandango. Following last week, Dolph Ziggler kissed Summer Rae. Fandango a little bit mad about that. But nonetheless, Alberto Del Rio got the win with a kick to the head on Ziggler. Now, will Del Rio beat Sheamus tonight on Main Event? I doubt it, but nonetheless, Del Rio does have the title match tonight. Bret Hart returned to Canada, made an appearance, and talked to the Montreal crowd. Damien Sandow then interrupted him, dressed as Hart, and pretty much Bret punched him. That led to Sheamus defeating Damien Sandow with a brogue kick. Chris Jericho also returned to Canada in his first official match-back televised match. Chris Jericho defeated The Miz with the Walls of Jericho. After the match, Bray Wyatt cut a promo on Jericho. Jericho then said that he would attack Bray, but then that led to Eric Rowan and Luke Harper coming out. So Chris Jericho and The Miz, great match. Chris Jericho's first match back, The Miz's first match back as well. No ring rust whatsoever. So pretty solid how both men are back, and both men are pretty much just right back into it. AJ and Paige, yes, AJ teamed with the Divas she beat last week for the belt. Once again, AJ and Paige defeated the Funkadactyls. Cameron refused to tag in most of the match, but she did. But once she did, Paige pinned her immediately with the Paige Turner finisher. After the match, the Funkadactyls brawled, and looked pretty legit. I mean, Naomi's vicious. Don't mess with her. Yeah, pretty official that the Funkadactyls have split. So we will see what happens. Maybe a Battleground feud. So we'll see. Kofi Kingston, for the second straight week, defeated Cesaro with a roll-up. Cesaro tried to attack Kofi like he did last week as well, but Big E made the save. So it looks like a Big E, possibly Cesaro feud. Big E and Kofi Kingston, possible new team. But Kofi did pick up the win, so props to Kofi. We will see where Kofi and Cesaro go. Bo Dallas defeated El Torito with the Bo Dog. It was a pretty solid. After the match, Bo Dallas was doing his victory lap and ran over Torito. That was hilarious. There's a GIF out there on Twitter that I retweeted. You'll probably see it. Just look up Bo Dallas running over El Torito GIF. So yeah, pretty solid. Bo Dallas still undefeated. Now the main event, John Cena defeated Seth Rollins. Like I mentioned, this match should have been a little bit longer just because both men are so talented. But it was interrupted too short as Randy Orton and Kane interfered, ending the match, just attacking John Cena. Then Roman Reigns made the save for Cena, Superman punching Orton and Kane. Rollins jumped from behind, hit Roman and Cena with the briefcase. Rollins knocked out Cena, wanted to cash in, but once again, for the second straight week, Dean Ambrose, like he said he would stop Seth Rollins, he did. But after all that, Randy Orton tried to sneak attack on Cena. Cena gave him an attitude adjustment. Kane then tried to attack Cena, but Roman Reigns speared him. So Dean Ambrose stopped Seth Rollins from the cash-in, and Roman Reigns and John Cena held up each other's hands. Roman Reigns wants that gold at WWE Battleground in the Fatal 4-Way. Dean Ambrose doesn't want Seth Rollins winning. Yep, pretty solid Monday Night Raw. Check the description for more. There will be excerpts a little bit later today. Throughout the week, tons much more news, results, various news coming, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But WWE Monday Night Raw, July 7th, 2014.